Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for heralding us in with that cough, Elf.
Sorry.
It was really bad timing, but it's okay. It's the apocalypse.
I don't know how, because I don't feel like I can take it off, but my glove comes off in between every break. Like, I don't...
You just gotta get out of character and then get back in character. So it's symbolic. All right, my friends. Let's take one more swing at it. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, so if Baby is macheting the shit out of Splendor, that's some shit I gotta deal with. Like, right now, that's a problem.
So
I also am interested in dealing with this.
Yeah, so everybody
are you aware of it?
Everybody is drawn by the sound of Splendor's scream of terror prior to the impact of the machete, which becomes a scream of pain as she is knocked to the ground. Baby goes down with her and has her like knee on her and is like trying to get the machete out so she can finish the job. I think the first person to react is probably Brace. You're the first one because I assume you like run out the door, right? Is that the plan, Brace, or are you just gonna like hang out?
Oh yeah. I'm like, I don't know if I'm running.
I have a question.
I feel like I really want to take a sip of the water, man.
I'll be with you in a second. Okay, so you have a
feedback between you and people who you have puppet strings on. Like when she gets macheted, is there like, do you like feel it?
Psychic reverberation of like her being macheted into your brain.
I mean, I think I would know. Like, I would know if someone I had puppet strings on like died, right? Like, because
you feel the string snap, sure.
Yeah, so I feel like if like someone is taking like severe bodily harm, like I would feel a tension. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not if she's scared, but like if she's actually like could die momentarily, like bodily harm is happening, like I think I would feel like a tautness and like, hey, someone you're manipulating is potentially you're gonna lose them, you know?
Okay. So Splendor just took 2 harm. So it's not doing so good.
And I mean, I'm hurrying to the sound with much more speed than you would expect out of someone my size.
Yeah, I mean, I've mobilized, and so insofar as me mobilizing, my little camp is probably like grabbed gear and started moving over as well.
Mm-hmm. I think that. So what happened with the? We're just interrupting the whole like argument over whether or not I can have some of the water, right?
Yes, because you weren't manipulated by Tynant, so you can do as you please.
Okay.
I'm like I'm literally elsewhere now. Like I'm out.
I think that with the connections that I've just forged with Wind, I feel like that is more valuable than what I have with Splendor to Brace. She's already been like estranged from Tynant from like partially because of my manipulation of her. And so I think I'm going to let Tynant protect his own if he wishes and drink the water and succumb to the weird.
Okay. So you're gonna do that, but there's no ritual, right? So you don't get the same.
Yeah, the move doesn't happen.
No, it's not the ritual. I'm like opening my brain.
Yeah, totally. Guzzling the water sans ritual is very dangerous. This is like a totally different situation. Yeah, much more like water of life kind of thing. So we're gonna find out if you're the Quaisatz Haderach.
Okay, so I roll plus weird.
You're opening your brain. Good thing you're good at this.
I like opening my brain. Hopefully, opening my brain likes me too.
I just realized I've rolled like 3 hards and I haven't put any XP down. I should probably do that.
So yeah, I just got full XP for it.
Okay.
Well, actually, more than full. So yeah.
All right. So when you open your brain to the psychic maelstrom, you what are you looking for particularly? What do you go digging for in the maelstrom?
I want.
You have yes.
Yeah. Well, because I want to know how
the move works.
Right, I know that. Well, I'm curious about the intent behind the move.
Where she's at. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give up that information.
Don't just give it to her.
No. I just want to know. I want to know where her head's at.
I mean, my head is in a place where I want to stay here, but in a way that I want to stay here. Like, I don't want to become a functioning member of this like temple. I want to be me, but stay here.
Yep.
And so I'm looking for like insight into like who is most valuable in my quest to do that, and how would it be best to like manipulate them? Obviously not in just giving into what Tynant wants. Like I want to manipulate them in my way.
Sure. Yeah. So here's the thing, like Tynant, you drink the water, right? It floods into you, like spills down your face and like onto your clothes and on the floor.
Yeah.
And it has that vaguely sort of luminous like quality to it. And I think that you feel like a sudden flood of like intense and powerful profundity like wash over you. Like suddenly you are immersed in a sea of meaning. And it's like it's all ghost stuff, right? So it's like this feeling of the weight of history kind of like filling your mind, and you can feel yourself kind of coming apart in it. You can feel like getting your ego being like sort of washed away. And you feel, and I think this is a feeling you're familiar with. We've seen it over and over as regards to Brace. This feeling of possession, this feeling of ownership, and in this case, it's externalized. It's not about who owns you or who you own, but about how everyone who drinks the water is somehow like owned by this spiritual like space, by the maelstrom. And by drinking it, most people become kind of a part of this communal thing. But you're seeing it from a slightly different angle, right? Because you're not buying into the ritual. You're not going in the front door. You've mainlined the power, and you can feel cracks in the ritual. You can see the way that it's been passed down and eroded over time. The thing that Tynant is doing is, yes, like good and positive and like builds community, but the water can be used to more directly control people. You can feel how like the trick that you pull with people to get them to do what you want kind of might be expanded upon by the use of the water. And really, if you follow this, the maelstrom doesn't tell you how. You don't learn this, but you feel that just at the edge of your psychic fingertips. If you could somehow subvert the ritual or like get control of it and spend some time working on it, you could use this water to spread your puppet strings like out, like the roots of a vast tree, right?
Okay, so all right. That's some good information, but like there's no like this is exactly what you do. It's just like I could do that if I could figure out how. Yeah. You see it from a way that it hasn't been seen before. And so while you're lying on the floor, like, eyes rolled back in your head, wandering around the psychic landscape. Meanwhile, I guess the two corporeal powers arrive on the scene. So Dice, you're on one side of this little scene outside the temple, and Tynant, you arrive on the other. And there's a ring of your former, maybe still hard to say who they belong to now, Baby's friends. So Baby has dragged a handful of some of the tougher kind of like crazies, some of Mads's friends. So like Vile, Plum, Haas, Dremmer, and Cordova, they're all like they were the ones that went along, and they've created a little perimeter to let Baby do her job, which is kill this person. And you arrive on the scene, and then on the other side of the crowd, Tynant, you arrive from the temple.
Yeah, so I'm still like, I'm gonna act from a bit of a remove here. Yep. So I don't like run up to the scene itself. I'm like up on the hill by the temple, and I'm just gonna put a bullet in Baby's head. I'm not fucking around.
Okay, so there are people specifically in the way to prevent that from happening. What are you gonna?
Like a wall.
How are you gonna deal with? I think Vile is the closest one to you. How are you gonna deal with him?
So I'm like far away, is my thought here, but I may not understand.
Yeah, so Splendor was outside the temple.
This is just out front of the temple.
This is on the front. Yeah, this is at the front door. I could tell you more about why this happened, but you'd have to read the situation first.
I feel like I'm closer. Like, if it's outside and they're inside doing all this crap, like, what am I doing as soon as this happens? Like, I didn't see this
holding court
coming.
down the road.
I mean,
you're with your gang, but I'm assuming you approach like opposite sides about around the same time.
All right.
Yeah. So what do you do?
So there's a armed hooligan in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and well armed too, like a M16 and like a bulletproof vest, kind of armed.
Well, they've got kind of a screen around where this like beating is happening, basically.
Yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. They're trying to kill.
Yes.
No,
Definitely.
no, this is not going to stand. No,
Okay, so what do you do about it?
I'm going to kill the person in front of me, and then I'm going to kill baby.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
So I just walk out. I'm holding the box with the finger bones in it,
Mm-hmm.
but the bottom opens too, and that's where my rifle is.
Awesome.
And so I just like set the box aside, pull my rifle up, and just like level it at this guy and shoot him.
Okay, all right. So I don't think. I mean, I think he's ready. Like they're ready for attack.
Yeah, I'm definitely not suckering him.
Yeah, definitely not suckering. I don't think you're going aggro because it's not about the threat. You're seizing by force. I think the opportunity to attack baby. You're seizing a pathway through.
Yeah. Carving a bloody road.
That's right. So seize by force. You exchange harm. But first roll plus hard. Nice.
I got an 11.
Okay, so you got an 11. This particular gangster.
Vile.
Yeah, Vile has this vile gangster has a rifle that does what? 3? How much does an assault rifle do?
It's 3 harm, I think.
3 harm. Okay, so you're looking at 3 harm coming at you, and how much harm do you deal?
I have a 2 harm rifle.
All right. So you're going to take 3, and he's going to take 2, because as you come out, he's bringing up the gun to prevent this very thing from happening. But you can choose with your 11 how you want to handle that.
I want to inflict terrible harm.
Yep.
Suffer little harm. Or actually, sorry. I'm going to suffer little harm, take an undeniable control of my path to baby,
Yep.
and impress, dismay, or frighten the rest of them.
Okay, perfect.
And basically, the way I'm logicking this is like, I just do it so fast and it's so unexpected that he doesn't really get like a clean shot at me, whereas I have just like practiced, aimed, boom.
Yeah, and so you don't kill him, right? He takes cosmetic damage, pain, concussion, and fear. If he's likely to be afraid of pain, he's not. But you
He just gets
hurt
like shot in
him.
the chest, I guess.
Yeah. He didn't expect the shot. You shoot him in the chest. He just, like staggers back, hits you though. So you'll definitely have a clear shot. How much armor do you have?
None.
Okay, all right. So you take 3 harm, which is cool.
Or no, I take 2. 'cause I'm
right.
taking-
You suffer a little.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And go ahead and roll the harm move. And don't worry, whatever I choose, I'm not going to take away your thing you seized by force. That'd be a bullshit move. We've established it.
That would be some GM horseshit.
Yeah, we've established it in the fiction that that's a thing that you have.
I
Okay.
can't blow this one out of the water too. So
Okay, so
Oh my
on the
God.
10 plus, I get to choose. So maybe you don't notice now. Like maybe you're so focused on dealing with this shit, but it's worse than it seems. So you do take the full 3.
okay, cool.
You'll deal with the ramifications thereof later, but yeah, it hurts real bad. So
Yeah,
while
I'm not-
while that's happening, simultaneously, Dice, you're arriving on the other side, and you come face to face with Dremmer, and Dremmer's got his sawed-off shotgun in front of him, and he sees you coming, and you can see him make the decision to be like, nope, it's not gonna happen. Like cocks it as you're approaching. What do you do?
I give him my very best who the fuck are you look, like over the top of my glasses. Like,
Yep.
the fuck, Dremmer? You know, like, get out of my way! You know? Basically.
Oh, and by the way, for context,
give him a
it's all by
chance.
the light of like 2 lanterns that are hanging out front of the temple because it's nighttime. Yeah, so there's like
I give him the chance to join back with the gang that's headed towards, rather than the gang that's the small
Sure.
gang with baby to
So
like fight.
you're going aggro, and
Yeah.
what you want is for. I love that it's the like you're supposedly the like crazy chopper, and you know Tynant is the sort of temple protector, but Tynant is the one that's just like, no, you don't get a chance to do what I want. I just murder your ass.
To be fair, these are my guys, you know, like, and I think, oh, baby's convinced them right now, but you know what? Baby's gonna die, and I'm gonna get my guys back. You
Baby
know,
gonna
like-
die. All right, so you're going aggro. What you want is for him to get out of the way, just let you be the boss. And if you don't, do you have your gun out? Do you have your knife?
If I don't, like,
he doesn't
I
get out
have
of the way.
I have my pistol in hand, and like I'm not afraid, as they've seen plenty right back then. I'm not afraid to just shoot him if I have to.
Sure.
Like,
You've still got Mads' blood on you.
yeah, basically.
All right, roll plus hard.
Okay.
Okay. 7 to 9. They can choose one of the above, so they can either force your hand, suck it up, cave and do what you want, or get the hell out of the way, barricade themselves securely in, give you something they think you want, or back off calmly. I mean, I think it's clear. Like, Drummer's just gonna get the fuck out of the way. Boss lady coming. So
yeah, it's like dice, and then like wall, and like fucking 15 other psychos.
So you're bringing the whole gang.
I'm bringing the crew. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No. He rethinks his choices, and I think he puts his hands up and is like, "Nope," and like steps out of the way.
Smart.
So so the two of you break through either side of the sort of circle. At the same time, you see each other. You see, Splendor Baby's just like wrench the machete out. And Splendor's crying and like trying to like panic push away Baby. And at this point, Wind, I think you're able to react. Like the pain has subsided enough that you can like get outside and you can enter the situation. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think
there's been one gunshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I head outside as well. Without taking the time to read the situation, I think I automatically assume that this gang has started shit. Like, I've not seen who's been shot. I hesitated too long. I didn't see what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna level my rifle and seeing
Metal Dave.
Tynan like squaring off. Actually got a weapon in their hands.
They've got this like full-size hunting rifle. It's like a lever action.
From somewhere.
The person on the other side of the ring is Dice. So I take aim at Dice.
So my question, I want to ask before you do this, you only have one opportunity to be dangerous and sexy, and that's as soon as you enter the situation. So now is the time if you want to do that, or you can forego being dangerous and sexy and just...
Would you
Right.
ever
Go-
being dangerous?
I'm never going to go being dangerous and sexy. That's
Okay.
one.
I wanted to give you your opportunity to be sexy
Yeah,
battle, Dave.
Be dangerous and sexy, Dave.
Okay, so go ahead and you've entered a charged situation. Roll plus hot. Actually, because it's Apocalypse World, to do it, and if you do it, you don't have a choice but to be
Doesn't
dangerous
really,
and sexy.
yeah.
You just
Yep.
This was me interrupting you, so you made the roll. Okay, so you get a 7 to 9. You can hold 1 to spend 1 hold to make any NPC freeze or flinch and not take action. Let me know when that happens, when you want to do that.
Okay.
And now you can finish what it was you were doing.
Yeah. So I'm going to shout out. It's like. I think I would have got Dice's name at some point.
Yep.
Like, Dice, you take these freaks and you get the hell out of here. I don't care about whatever it is you need with Brace. She's staying here and you're leaving.
Meanwhile, I'm just like
So this whole
in the
other
temple, like
Okay.
totally vulnerable at the moment. Just like
So I mean, so you're going aggro on Dice.
Yeah, I am.
And you're making it clear what you want Dice to do. Just round up the hooligans, get the fuck out of here. And
So I'm assuming I hear this across the courtyard, like Dice. You
Yeah.
know, like,
and if you and it'll put some choices in Dice's corner here. Now, Dice, you can interfere if you want to. Or you can just let Dave make the roll. But Dave, go ahead and roll to go aggro. Now you go aggro with cool, right?
I go aggro with cool on NPCs. I go aggro on Hex.
With Hex, okay.
So I'm rolling at +3.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. So you can let Dave roll first and then decide if you want to.
We'll see how this goes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So it's an 8. So if you succeed, you could make.
If you succeed on a 10, you can bump that down to a.
What are my choices if I don't?
If you choose not to, you have to get the hell out of the way. barricade yourself securely in. So be like, nope, this is going to be a gunfight, and like get everybody to like start like turn it into an actual battle. It would be barricading basically. Give them something they think you want, or tell. Be like, okay, I'll do it, right, and like stall for time. Back off calmly, or you can force your hand and suck it up, or cave and do what you want.
So you can always give them what they want,
give them what you
or
want.
always take the harm. Those are always on the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can roll, and if you cause Wind to fail, that means you don't have to worry about any of that shit, but you do need to worry about me making a move.
So you would have to get a 10 plus to make that fail, right? Because you have to knock it down by 2. Okay.
You got it.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna, as I hear this across the courtyard, I go, okay, and just put my hands like back up a little, and just let baby murder the shit out of stuff.
No. Baby cannot. Baby has looked at me and knows that I'm in control here. The baby.
So maybe that's what you expect. So what you're doing here, Dice?
What I'm expecting is like, I'm not gonna help. I was gonna help, but I'm not gonna now.
Sure. So you're giving Wind what you think that he wants, which is your retraction from the situation.
Yeah.
Expecting baby to like do something, or to finish the job. So that doesn't happen. Wind, I guess.
No, I'm just like, and you?
So baby's just like suddenly like head turned, just staring at Wind.
This dangerous and sexy.
I definitely do. I do a fuck off.
Okay, so they freeze or flinch and can't take action. Now I think there's a moment there though that Tynan you can do a thing, right? Because the two of them are dealing with their shit.
You hear this clicking
You have your
sound
clear
as
opportunity.
Tynan rolls their lever action rifle over, and then I just shoot baby in the head.
Okay, so baby stops and like looks. Now you have an opportunity. But you don't necessarily have like a perfect shot. There's still like you might miss. You're not suckering them. You're going aggro. But in this case, what you want is what, for baby to stop doing this or to die? Like,
I want baby to be dead.
Sure. Okay. So it's basically going to be harm, or we'll see what happens. No choice to cave and do what you want.
Okay. So I get an 8.
Get the hell out of the way. Okay. So the thing is. Here, how does this interact? Because baby wants to run away. Baby wants to drop the machete and flee. So maybe that's what happens. Baby drops the machete.
As soon as she does, I want to put a bullet in her head.
But I love the thing is, so she can't run because she's paralyzed by like her awe of Wind. So she drops the machete because she can open her hands, and she like wants to run, but she can't, like, until you dismiss her. She's just like trembling in fear.
So she gets shot?
And then she gets shot, from a different angle. All right, so you take out your gun and just...
Well, I mean, I think our friend is Tynan is shooting her, right?
Like, so do I shoot her then?
You both do, I guess.
Yeah, like she gets shot twice.
You shoot her because she's hurting your friend. I shoot her because she didn't do what I thought she was going to do, damn it!
All right, so,
And my little puppet is just a little hurt, but not dead.
Oh, no, she's not just a little hurt. She took 2 harm. She's in rough shape.
Well, there's magic healing water.
So here's the follow-up, right? So, so baby staring at the most dangerous and sexy person that that she's ever seen is suddenly shot twice from 2 sides and just like tumbles backwards. With this look of confused awe on her face, and this is when Brace, you've like come out of your stupor. You can like come out of the temple. You're like drenched in the holy water. What do you do? You come out and you see this, and I think mostly like you see Splendor like bleeding out on the ground and like crying and like kicking her feet and like trying to hold her blood in, but it's pretty bad.
I think that what I've learned makes me kind of want to get on Tynant's good side, because I want this water. I want to use it, and I want to have it, and I want to have control. So in order to do that, I'm going to pretend to care more than I actually do. Like thinking that being a part of his like worldview of like caring for people and healing people and whatever would be good. Like that's my character's like perception.
Pretending to give a shit.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of like both like weird, soaked, and also like shit. And so I like see what's happening, and I see like Splendor like bleeding on the ground, and so like I like push past people if I can. Obviously, like I'm just not trying to be aggressive. I'm just.
I think the chaos is kind of in control right now.
So I like push past people, and like baby's like dead on the ground, and I'm just like, oh my god, like Splendor, like, and I look up at Tynant, and I'm just like, you have to help her, and I'm just like kind of like out of it and like letting myself be like in shock. Kind of.
While this is happening, I'd like to point out, like, while she's on the ground, like, sort of holding her friend who's, like, bleeding out, my guys are, like, grabbing or, like, punching all the guys who are, like, with baby. You know, like
they're fighting.
Like basically just like dragging them back into
I think with baby, with baby dead and Vile already have been like, never mind. I think Dremmer, Haas, Plum, and Cordova all just kind of fall in line.
But that's what I mean. Like, if they fall in line, they get a bit of a
sure, they're going to be reproprimanded later.
Yeah, there's some discipline.
Rescuing back into service.
They start to get dragged back as you deal with your things. So Tynan, what do you do?
I'm leveling my rifle now at dice, and I just yell out, "Lawbreaker!"
Oh shit! Yeah, I guess.
I'm just trying to like.
And I've like
on the wood.
Run the lever again, so there's a bullet ready for.
Yeah. Is this when we get the pullback pan and we see like Kettle in a cage or something like? What was Kettle's like punishment for being disrespectful before?
Respect the spirits of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
He has to make restitution to them.
Yeah.
So I think we cut back to him, and he's like missing a finger.
Right. He's standing in the crowd, like holding his hand, looking like fearfully.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's totally there, and you've like got in the box. We like zoom into the box, and it's like there.
Yeah. Totally.
Because the box is like on the ground and it's kind of like splayed open.
Right, and one of the fingers still has like flesh on it. Oh my god, amazing.
So as soon as you yell out "Lawbreaker," immediately my response is, "She broke your law."
Maybe?
Yeah, pointing at the corpse that I shot too.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely broke the law, and I'm definitely rolling this move on you.
Okay. Which of the laws was it?
Which law did I break?
So, you didn't really honor your agreement with me.
I don't remember that being the case. I did everything I said I was going to do.
Like, maybe in a legalistic sense.
Yeah, exactly. The law!
Okay, but the laws here are more spiritual than concrete.
And like at the very least, Tynant doesn't give a shit.
Okay, but this is like a move that you're doing, right? That has to do with whether I've broken the law or not. So whether I've broken the law is important.
When someone breaks my law, I don't know.
But your law isn't just whenever you feel like it, right?
It's true. But at the very least, your people didn't do any work.
Well, they never got back to you about the work that was going to happen. So actually, I was doing.
And you weren't going to do any work.
I was doing work. Security
doesn't count.
Not in Tynant.
I think it's
fucked
fair.
Up working security because this happened.
Yeah, I think it's fair to make the move. Less so
fucking up your work also counts as a death sentence. That's a shame.
Well, it's not. They're not all. It's not all a death sentence. Plus, he's got a roll. Or the character has to make the move.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Let's see what happens.
I'm not clear on the specifics quite yet. We're going to have a follow-up meeting about this, but some laws have been broken. I'm trying to blame
Pretty sure.
It's clear, yeah.
And I get an 11, so I get to choose.
Yeah.
Which means I can let you off with a warning. I can make an exception for you and you have no blame. Or I can make you face the full penalty. My choice.
Okay.
We have to kind of decide what law she's broken if you're gonna like.
Because the full penalty. I mean, I think the full penalty is like for this one is that they do work. They have to like enforce labor, right? Because they were
forced
shirking.
labor.
Yeah.
Indentured servants.
And so like, what have you done to earn your place here? Nothing. That will change.
You're right.
Talk about all of this.
You're right. I think I've done enough. Kill him.
Okay, so you want your gang to like go. You want to like let them loose.
I was gonna leave, but okay.
Okay, so
Break the
I'm
rules.
gonna
I
take
gotta
this
enforce the
moment
rules.
It's
as
true. Yeah.
someone in the center of this group. I'm gonna take this moment, look around at everything, and be like, shit's about to go down. I look down at Splendor. I'm like, I'm sorry, and then I drop my pain wave projector.
Perfect. Thank you. I was gonna say so. Someone needs to step in and get control of the situation. So yeah, I was gonna say, so while all this like chaos is going on, you're in this moment where you're like, if I don't do something, Splendor will die.
Well, I mean, like it. Okay, one harm
Which
for
is
everyone.
which is fine because you're like, I guess it doesn't matter, and you just turn on the pain wave projector. Like everybody, pay attention. Cool. Okay. Well, let's. I mean, actually, I feel like that's probably a great place to stop
Sure.
rather than like trying to press on.
Yeah, actually, it's probably a good idea.
So yeah, so we cut like I guess the like episode ends with the activation of Brace's pain wave projector and like everyone like grabbing their head and sudden psychic like backlash. Yeah. And then
Splendor's probably dead, right? 3 harm.
we cut to whatever our musically appropriate credits theme is.
Aw, rats.
Cool. I totally forgot you had that thing. I was like,
Oh my
it
god.
completely slipped my mind.
I didn't forget.
Evidently.
Never forget.
So
It's a real shame. It's a real shame. I was hoping I'd live.
So that's
Lots
Apocalypse
of
World.
that.
That's Apocalypse World. So, a question about like when you get experience points. If your experience points fill up mid-session, do you like level up mid-session?
You immediately can spend them.
Okay,
and
I
you
was
can-
unaware. So next time I'll know. But
Yeah, you can buy new moves. You can do like stat upgrades, whatever, as soon as you
like mid-session.
As
Okay.
soon as you bump over.
Like, how do you advance basic moves? What does that mean?
So your basic moves, you can advance them. You can open them. Is that still a thing in this version? I
Yeah.
gotta check. Yeah. So it
Can't
means that
do
if you
until it's like your 6th advancement, 5th or 6th.
Yeah, you got to fill up a few improvements first, and then later you can advance the moves. And what those do is just give you cooler, like additional options
Okay.
on top of like if you get a 13 or better on a roll. Like if you really.
So if
ace
I have 5 experience points, I get 1 improvement.
yeah, one improvement from the top list. So for you, you could like get another brainer move, and get a move from another playbook,
Okay.
etc. You can start to buy, gain additional points in things.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So, do we all have a good time? Do we enjoy that?
Hell
How do we
yeah.
feel? How do we feel about Apocalypse World?
Let's
'Cause I
do
know-
it more. I want more. Give me more.
So I feel like this. On the one hand, this session was like more adversarial than I think they usually are because everybody was willing to play, kind of like playing a little bit more like House on Fire. Usually there's more kind of like, okay, I gotta commit to this character for longer, so maybe we'll like let it burn a little slower.
I was really looking for a way to not be the person on the other side of everybody again. Like what happens to me every time we do one of these one shots. Like so far, I've always been the person on the outside of the thing.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
So from a GM perspective, for me, like I'm writing down what I think would be immediate in the next session would be to like we'd keep this little like tension soup going on, but to redirect you, I would introduce like an external threat that would be threatening to everybody. You'd all have to deal with in your own way.
I mean, I think that Elf was saying that she might want to like choose a different character for
No, that wasn't me.
Oh, that was somebody else.
I definitely want to play dice if I can. If she's alive, dice is my jam right now.
All right.
Well, and if she dies, she can become a different playbook.
That's true.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah, because the death stuff is cool.
Yeah. When you die, you can just be like, oh, I'm not a chopper anymore. I'm a faceless or.
All right, Gunlugger.
Well, Gunlugger is good if your gang abandons you, right? If you're like, well, now I'm a solitary badass.
There's all kinds of like logical lead outs from stuff.
Yeah, and like I could very easily see Brace becoming a Hocus if Brace pursued the whole like subverting the water thing and
Yeah.
And then me becoming some kind of murderous bastard when that happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was inevitable. If it continues, Andrew will play a character that becomes murderous and evil.
On a long enough timeline.
It's true. Eventually, eventually everybody goes.
On a long enough timeline, I will be queen of the weird things or die, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dying is a thing that your character has to, you as a player have to consciously choose for your character, or you have to die 4 times and have it be the only option left.
Yep.
Which is possible too.
That's so interesting. Like,
Cool.
when you die, you don't actually have to die. You have 3 other choices before your character dies. That would have been nice. And I don't know, the last game we played of, I don't know, Adventure.
Only D&D had that, right?
Yeah.
That would be so interesting.
Yeah.
Well, so the other options for changing characters is you can retire your character to safety and make a new one if you advance enough. So you can be like, cool, with this advance, my character, withdraws into the mountains or whatever. Like you leave, you retire from the game, and then you make a new character. You can keep playing that character and play another one. You can be like, cool, I'm going to play both Brace and this other character. Or you can change your character to a different playbook by an advance, not just by dying. So you could be like, cool, this is the moment that I become some other thing. And we talk about how that happens.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Well, thanks for playing Apocalypse World, everybody.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I had a great time.
You
I know it's only been a day since we last played, but because we have some new folks in the audience, why don't we tell everybody where they can find us on yon internets, and I'll go do my Q&A thing. Tynant Swift, do you want to go first?
No, Elf is first. I declared it.
All right,
That is
Elf.
the law.
Fine, Elf, you go first.
Hey, I'm Distracted Elf. Follow my stream, twitch.tv/distractedelf, or I'll set my fucking goons on you.
I love you, Elf.
Oh,
And should you rather wish to join in my community, all you need to do is open yourself to us and go to twitch.tv/actualfactual, where I paint miniatures and sometimes play video games. And maybe that will continue to grow into more stuff in the future. You can follow me on Twitter @ComedianCrow, where I tweet about the shit that I'm doing.
Oh, man.
Wind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't develop my character enough to do a cool version like you guys do. But I'm Dave, and I do stuff for Adam's community stuff.
You're Battle Dave.
Yeah, I'm Battle Dave. Yeah.
Battle
There you go.
with a D.
Yeah. And I guess what I want to ask is if people who are sub to him, to Adam that is, want to do World of Warcraft stuff with us, they should totally go on the Discord and sort that stuff out, because I'm going to be making raid teams in the next 2 days. If you want to hear me specifically, I'm Dave_the_human on Twitter. Not that I really still give anybody any reason to follow me on Twitter, but it just happens sometimes. What's that?
Excellent. All right, creepy psycho. Why don't
You
you go
talking to me?
last? Who do you think I'm talking to?
I'm Blue Jay. I'm a creepy psycho. I had a lot of fun today. I have a lot of fun every day. Here. Like, this is, more of this, please. Thank you. You can find me at twitch.tv/bluejay or twitter.com/bluejay_712. And I play video games and stuff and things. I'm just weird all the time. Not this weird.
It's nice to let your inner weird out occasionally.
Says Adam.
What do you think I play role-playing games for? Cool. Well, I've been your MC. My name's Adam Coble. I'm the GM in residence here at Roll20, and I also do shows over at ItMeJP for roleplay. You can find me there, here, or if you want to listen to further whisperings from the psychic maelstrom, you can follow me on Twitter at SkinnyGhost or twitch.tv/Adam Coble. We're going to be back, I think, next week with more D&D, and keep an eye on our social medias for when we do cool one-shots like this, so you can tune in. If you missed any of the show, it'll be on our YouTube channel this weekend. So thanks for coming, everybody. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of apocalypse weirdness, and we'll see you next time. Later.